Alright, I'll give you a look at, if you're watching all my videos, what I come up with. Here's that's just a piece of scrap metal right there I used. It ain't gonna hurt nothing, it ain't gonna pass through air. But if you look up in there now versus my other video, the heat has to actually travel up through and around those tubes and then back down. Now this also helps out with the ash being sucked down into the unit. I notice there's not as much ash. Most of the ash stays down in here. It hits that thing and then just pretty much falls back down in here. Because you have to understand your combustion motor, that's what's sucking the air through your intake and then putting it out. It goes straight out your exhaust pipe. So wherever that air is flowing is where your ash is going to go. You're getting a lot of ash down in here, but there's a lot of it's going through the system. And you got to clean it out. Now mine has a back plate you just take off, and that's what I fabricated to keep crap from going down in there as much. Now when I clean mine, this is what I use, is a shop vac. Make sure you don't have hot ashes inside your stove. Make sure it's completely cooled down. And I just attach a hose. I use this part for this right here for the big, most of it, but the hard to reach areas I just take a piece of garden hose, which was a trash hose that I cut, and then you just go in there in the tight corners and the little tray down in there, and then just go around the heat pot. So that's what I've come up with. I'm going to do a little bit of more modifications to it. Like I said, this isn't just for anybody to try. I fabricate stuff anyway for cars and all that stuff. And I have pretty common sense as far as how air flows and fuel and all that stuff from automotive. So, and I know that there has to be precautions. So I have a smoke detector, a carbon monoxide detector. You always want to have those no matter what in your home. So anyway, there's my exhaust pipe. So I hope you like the update. This is an Englander stove. You see the tubes up there? Those are the ones I'm trying to heat. So I'm trying to keep more heat on them, because the more heat hits those things, the more your blower will actually blow through those and blow out more heat. It was blowing out good heat last night. Like I said, less ashes that I had this time around going through the system. Follow my videos. Like I said, when you clean your stove every year or 6 months after your winter, make sure that any person could do that. Take that motor off, put a new gasket on it, clean that motor out, because that's where your ashes are going to get trapped. You don't realize how much of your ashes are being sucked through the system. So you want to do that, because that'll cause your motor to get stopped up, won't pull as much air, and it won't burn as hot as it's supposed to. Just all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I'm going to say this again, it's a poor design. These things were made cheap. They're sold at a high price. They're not worth what they sell them as. They do burn efficient for a while until everything starts going wrong. But they do not heat efficiently. They may burn efficiently, but they do not heat efficiently. All your heat like probably 40% of your heat, maybe 50%, probably goes outside through your exhaust pipe. In my opinion, a wood stove is much better than these things. But, I grew up around a wood stove growing up. And yeah, this thing burns a lot less fuel at the time. It seems to not smoke as much. but most of your heat's going outside. And a lot of your heat from a wood stove does too, but the difference between a wood stove and one of these is you can actually close the damper and keep all your heat in your stove. You can't do this with these because there's no way for the smoke to get out. The only way it gets out is through the that motor I showed you on the side. There's two different blower motors on these. There's the actual blower motor that pulls the exhaust outside, sucks the air through this pot, and then there's the heater motor that blows the heat off your stove. So I just replaced mine. So like and subscribe if you like the video. Almost dropped my phone. And support my channel.